1.51 ERA. Again, strikeout to walk issued. Her rate 2.95 will lead things off for Iowa State. This is spring-like to him. That one's hit sharply into center. Back on her horses. Factor at the wall. Fantastic job. 310 with 17 RBI on the season. Okay. Just one of those kids that kind of changes everything as Bloodworth takes the slow roller, throws to first for out number 2 to Ramos. She is retired. But we talked about it yesterday. They just haven't produced at the same mark in game 1, and that one's hit right to Kylie Naomi, and she does what she normally does. Scoops it, throws it, scores the put. Coming up, Becker, Factor, and Naomi. This is Big 12 Now on ES. 2-5 of the season with a 5.22 ERA, 55 innings, 496, and again, that's because her batting is a great all-around player. That one is hit to the shortstop. Ranches comes up with it and makes the throw in time. Oklahoma product Cheyenne Factor batting .390. Was actually spell hog, but there's another one hit the opposite direction, and another terrific play by Poole. Game batting .387, leads the Cowgirls with 9 home runs on the
field that Oklahoma State has been able to rely on.
Ball backhanded at first, tries to get the tag on the bag. We saw that play.
You've got the first baseman going away from first base. That might have been something to let go to the second.
Fields it cleanly. You probably don't need Simpson to cover the bag. She's probably done that a lot this season. But Mark on a pretty good tear right here. She hits that one to the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time, and the Cowgirls are done. This is Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Plays turned. Again, that's why Coach has spoken so highly of Rachel.
Infield, and the way that they flip that ball, it's so quick.
And there's Becker showing her ability to read it off a 238 batter.
And it's almost been more advantageous for Oklahoma.
Poole, the right fielder. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the ball game for Lexi Kilfoyle. Was really good. Pitched, 3 1/3, I think, yesterday. But you're right, as 1-1 to Spell Hog, and Bloodworth is going to come underneath that, and you can see what the wind did to it, but she's able in Stillwater on the campus of Oklahoma State University. Back right after. But would you have enjoyed playing with your sister on the sisters?
That would have been tough. We were polar opposites.
And speaking of tough thing together, we are so tight, and we can help. The other thing is
that would be tough.
Morgan Wynn gets underneath this one on the 0-1 count, and it drifts. And again, Poole does a good job there. That ball came
toes just a little bit, or on their heels. Makes everybody have to play on that left side for Edwards to hit the ball.
That one, though, is roped right back, and that's a double play. Terrific effort by Simpson. Makes play, and the Cowgirls are done in the bottom of 2. Cowgirls 5, and we sit here and talk about, trying to find your offensive base runner today, and they have it.
That was a close one to take right there.
Just off. Batting .171, and
when we've seen Bloodworth be in that battery of making that double play as well. Ooh.
Now Becker.
Even if somebody's not there, it's their job to get there. You make the good throw and allow.
You have to have all that figured out right now, and this team obviously has shown that sort of thing right there. That's a big out as John.
Ochoa last time up, she hit one.
And here's the 1-2. Right back to Bloodworth, throws back to first, and they will try to make an advance right here. The Cowgirls cannot get the throw in time. Longer available, but still have runners on the corners, and got to talk, got to communicate. Ooh. Oh, and that hits Ramos, and the bases are loaded here in the. It's a dead ball as that one is hit right back up the middle, and maybe it would have been worth the review. That will turn 1, and Factor goes to third. Not sure why, but that will.
And like you said, I'm not sure why Cheyenne Factor threw to third base instead of home plate to try to make that play.
RBI single by Allen.
Already scored just as much as they did yesterday.
And there's the the third strike call on the changeup, and there's the third strike of the ball. Been overturned. It was followed up by a two-run RBI single. Here's the 2-2. That one is going to flare. This time Poole cannot get there in time, and Schneidmiller batting .237 with 15 RBI on the season. We've seen some of that here as that one is going to be hit and flared into right field. Poole will call off Simpson and makes the catch for out number 1. Turn the order back over though to Rachel Becker. Had the ground out for to rack up 5 runs to get it done, and there's Becker through the gap, and there's Becker on base safely again.
He did, right, with that dive. Becker would have been to first base.
I agree. I thought.
I'm sorry. Factor to swing at that ball.
There's
keeping
one.
It in the infield. Ooh,
that one goes over, and Poole shows the arm, but it's cut off, and the Cowgirls having a first run.
Down and out. Factor went opposite field, just inches fair. Allows Audrey Schneidmiller to score.
Naomi has a single to her credit. 47 RBI, trying to add to that.
Where do we need to make the adjustments?
As that one's hit into center field, we've got a tie ball game. RBI single, 4 singles in the game.
Opportunity for Iowa State to get the runner at home.
Like Oklahoma State can do for you is take a bad pitch and still make something happen. 1. And the bases are loaded again. Or actually, bases are loaded for the first time. Walk potentially, and Swain kind of takes her time, walks to the back. To be quite honest, is Garrett Knowles, again, the home plate umpire. That one is going to be hit to the second baseman, and Iowa State able to double up the Cowgirls. Step in and pinch hit for Coach Pinkerton, batting .205. Double play if you're a Cowgirl fan, a great time if you're an Iowa State fan. And third strike drop. Not sure she actually did drop it, but good job by Schneidmiller. That one's hit sharply into center field, but Factor is there for the catch. You're right. We've talked about both pitchers, at least the starter for Iowa State, trying to get a and 2 gone, and now 3. Another strikeout, changeup way out front. You know, that's just part of the culture that we see here at Oklahoma. As Morgan Wynn has added one to the board. Sound the horn! Morgan Wynn left
the plate. Morgan Wynn makes you pay.
Home run lead off by Morgan Wynn, and that
wanted it, pulled that ball well over the left field fence.
Morgan Wynn with her 8th home run of the season. Now 39. But moved a couple of spots down, a few spots down of left field. Not going to be denied. There's a slow roller to Spellhog for out number 1. Single scored a run earlier, and again, that's the difference in a program and to. Not sure what that conversation was. As that one is hit past the first base, flip back to the first base, and Schneidmiller. She's 0 for 1 of the day with a fly out, batting .234.
She tried to lay down the
sharply hit ball. I'm not sure Spellhog could have handled it. So maybe a hit, and then out at second, they get the lead. 1 for 2 today. His past Morgan Wynn that left the yard to start this inning. And there's a strikeout on Becker. So great job by Swain. Watch those 3 teams vie for a Big 12 national championship. There's a throw over. You know, teams out of the SEC and obviously the Pac-12 that said, don't forget about us. There is another strike as that one comes across. That one hit. Karams off the glove of Kilfoyle, picked up by Becker, and makes the throw in time. A 1-run lead here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Back after this. Football meet and greet, and a walk for Factor. 2 for 2 today. A couple of singles, one of them producing a run.
With Factor on first base, she's got a lot of speed.
And they will try to turn 2, but Naomi is going to reach on a fielder's.
Ground balls than not, keeping that ball in the infield. They're able to try for, see where that throw is coming from.
And not even necessary with the walk, right?
Necessary, yeah. All
right here today, walking down below throughout the first pitch, the head coach of the Oklahoma. And there's ball 4. She did that the first time.
Morgan went a little up in the zone. Swain has kept the ball down for the Cowgirl.
For the defensive side, though, you talk about that with great love. And there's another opportunity. They doubled them up again. Do you believe that? The line out catch, the flip, and the double play at Iowa State. Staying in it. That thing continues to grow and grow and grow. Next batter up, Angelina Allen gets the 2 RBI single, fielded by Kilfoyle. Throw to first in time. Is a change up. She's 1 for 2 today. Single, 2 RBIs, and that.
So you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out.
It's a lot going on right there. There's another strikeout, the 7th of the ball game.
If you slow up on your motion, that gives the hitter the opportunity.
Kilfoyle gets Becker a ground ball, and the throw over in time, and the Cowgirls get out. Excuse me, for the country go, we're just keeping status quo, we're going to get over the hump. That's not the way he thinks, never has been. David chops it over to third. The throw is in time. Hit for Schneidmiller.
She's recently
batting side of it as well. Here's the 2-2, and the changeup, she gets a piece of it. It's a slow roller to Ranchez, and there's out number 2. And batting 308, getting an opportunity here in just her 14th at bat.
Producing like I know you can. Like, let's bring somebody else in to try to do it.
Well, and again, those are the changes that Kenny Gajewski's not afraid of. Another ground. It's a 1-run lead. We move to the top of 7 as we get 7 more strikeouts, which puts her at 83 this season. 350 back in there is Poole. She got pinch hit 4. First pitch ground out, though, to start the bottom of the 7th. And one of the reasons why Poole might have not gotten enough.
In front of the zone before the pitch is pitched.
As you mentioned, Kenny Gajewski's approach as Spellhog draws a walk, and the tying today.
Yesterday 2 for 3, so she's one of the only.
0-2 to take that pitch, and there's one that's going to scream into right field, and that'll be a single. Cut off, and everybody will stay at home. And now
we're not going to lay down in the 7th inning, and they've proved again like we're not a team that's going to.
A lot going on there. And there's a strikeout. How about that, overcoming some adversity, and the Cowgirls are down. And she's batting .286 with runners in scoring position.
Hey, teams.
2-2. There's a third strike call, and Minor, 52nd career strikeout, as she absolutely delivered today. Terrific win. Great effort by Iowa. 1 error by Iowa State, and Lexi Kilfoyle was absolutely dominant. Brownie McCutcheons, I'm Casey Kendrick and Chris Real Deal. Thanks for watching Big 12 Now on ESPN.